All right, next matchup there, sir.
Fantastic. Another matchup for McSee. Right in your wheelhouse, the 2 seed George Brett, versus the 15 seed Pedro Guerrero.
Pedro Guerrero and
Pedro Guerrero versus George Brett.
George Brett. Okay, McCormick, who you got in this old man matchup?
This is a tough one. I love Pedro Guerrero, but given his propensity to apply pine tar correctly, I'm going George Brett.
What? Okay. Kev, who do you got?
I
Kev's
think
come out of the dark.
George Brett might win the whole thing, so that's who I'm going with.
Wow.
Whoa, okay.
Ooh.
Chris, George Brett or Pedro Guerrero?
That's easy. Brett, I mean, he would easily win in a street fight. Just look at how he charged after that Pine Tar deal.
Stuver.
George Brett, top, in my opinion, top 3, 4 third baseman of all time. Great hitter, great defense. Take the charging the Billy Martin shit out of it, which was I don't blame him for wanting to strangle a dude, but it's a little ridiculous. But George Brett all the way.
Now, is that what you call foreshadowing what you think for the future? Is that legal?
Where are the news? Jorge Brett moves on there, Aaron.
Yep, that's
I
what
love
I
it.
had.
I don't have to vote ever.
Are they rebuilding Buc-ee's, or what is happening there? Or is that when they tore it down?
Couldn't tell you.
If they're rebuilding it, that just started.
I mean, that's awesome right there, Buc-ee's. That's phenomenal.
Stop. What are you wearing? Like, what are you wearing? You got a kilt on underneath here? Like, stand up and reveal yourself.
No, so in Arizona, people wear tank tops, Rex. I mean, there's sun here. So it's 109 degrees today. It'll be 111 tomorrow. We're on to the next region. This is how we do it, right? We go all the way down. We don't go back up through that.
Yeah, right, so that's how we do it.
We're rolling down to the next region, the number 1 seed, Cal Ripken versus 16 seed Jimmy Rollins. And, I mean,
we don't have to talk about it.
We don't even need to talk about this.
It was
congratulations on making the tournament.
Move on.
Okay, here's an interesting matchup for you, Stuvie. Probably not too interesting for you, but maybe for some of the rest of us. The 8 seed Mark McGuire against the 9 seed Paul Konerko. I would like to start with Stuver. I think he's got some good thoughts here.
Wait a minute. McGuire, you said McGuire's an 8 seed?
Yeah. You want him higher or lower?
Doesn't matter.
I would say, I would be interested to say where he sits in terms of being lower seed.
You mean like a
higher seed? Yeah, like a better seed. How about that?
I started him out in like the 6 range, and I just kept moving him down.
Okay. All right. All right. So, Stuvie, Konerko or McGuire?
Well, on the surface, again, Mark McGuire, he's one of them guys that I think I got to put in my top 3-ish most overrated players of all time. I was never big on the, and I'm sure I'm wrong on this. I haven't looked at his stats. Don't care to look at his stats per se, but probably a 240, 250 lifetime hitter that, hit 550 home runs or whatever the hell he did. But obviously aided by, and I'm not supposed to know this, but aided by PEDs and all the bullshit that goes along with that.
You did?
Well, I know I'm breaking news here, so hang on, guys. I'm not supposed to
We're
take
talking to someone from ESPN.
Into consideration. How about that?
Okay, all right.
Maybe that was a better way to put it. I got it. So, Konerko, just a steady player. Again, not one of my favorite White Sox ever. I just never warmed up to the guy, but still a very good player for a very long time. Actually has some really good stats. World Series champ. I'm going to go Konerko, and that's a tough one for me. I'm going Konerko.
Okay, all right. News.
Who's the other guy? Canerico and who?
Mark McGuire.
Welcome to the show.
I'm busy finding like
He's
background.
busy finding
I like
backgrounds,
him.
bro.
I do like that news. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm trying. Excluding any attempt at cheating. Yeah, God, that's a tough one. Canerico's from Peoria. McGuire had a brother that played in the NFL. Trying to find something to separate the two.
Defense. McGuire's a butcher. Canerico is actually above average.
Rexa, while Doman's still contemplating it, who you got?
I'm going to go Phil. What's that guy?
Paul?
Bill
No,
McCracken.
I don't.
Ball.
I'm going the other guy. Phil
Phil
Necro.
Necro.
I'm going Phil Necro. Screw you guys, man.
All right. McCormick's.
Paulie.
Paulie. Kev.
Canerico.
Dog.
I'm going to go Canerico. It's a tough one. I was initially thinking maybe McGuire. It's right up when you read him. I think of his home runs, and Stuber's got a good point. Defense, I think Canerico won 10 Gold Gloves by any means, but he's not a liability if you put him in the field. So I'm going Paulie.
Paulie moves on.
He was not a Bash brother, though.
All right.
It was not.
Back into a lot of this this side of the bracket seems to favor your picks here, Cormac. So we've got the 5 seed Gary Carter going against the 11 seed Jeff Kent.
I'd like to start it off, Pick, if I may, and go Gary Carter on the hair alone.
There you go.
Man. Hair. Gary Carter moves on with hair. Dog, what do you think about that?
I
Huh?
got no hair, so I'm going Gary Carter.
Man, I'm growing it out. I'm growing my skullet out. I saw someone on what was that thing? TikTok. It looked good, so I might try mine out again.
All right.
All right, but anyway, Kev, who do you got?
Jeff Kent.
Kev, it's not here. Hang on, Kev. Before you look silly, let me just. It's not that close of a thing. I think you forgot who Gary Carter was.
First of all, tell me how long he was a catcher. What were his positions besides? Was he mostly a catcher?
So he was 2,056 games as a catcher, 137 games in the outfield. So 2,000 games as a catcher. He was a 11-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glove, 2-time All-Star MVP, 5 Silver Sluggers, and a World Series.
All right, now read me Jeff Kent's.
Okay.
He held back Barry Bonds in a fight. Wasn't there, or did he fight? Wasn't there something in a dugout with him?
Kenton Bonds.
Motorcycle.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, it's
I don't think they liked each other, Cormac. I think you're right on that.
Yeah, I think you're right. So 5-time All-Star, 4-time Silver Slugger, and an MVP.
Say it. Oh, I forgot he was MVP. Dang it.
And he started in 1973, McCormick.
How many games did he play?
So what's his face had Gary Carter had 2,000 at. Jeff Kent was 2,034, so 26 less games, and then 157 in third base. So he had a little bit more.
Kev, I'm gonna give you a stat. Gary Carter was 6'2". Jeff Kent was 6'1".
I got Carter.
Tail the tape.
News? Or Bruce?
No, news is muted.
I see that.
This is one of my favorite all-time baseball card collections ever. Cormac, you know this. I loved collecting Gary Carter's. So beyond the fact that it was a fun card, he was phenomenal.
You're good.
I think he's pretty underrated. If you can be underrated and be in the Hall of Fame.
Not normally.
All right, so that's Carter. Wait, how many Kents we have?
So far, just one, I think.
All right, Carter moves on.
We've got the 4 seed Miguel Cabrera versus the 13 seed Scott Rowland.
All right, since a lot of this, we know nothing about stats, we're going Miggy because he likes to have a lot of fun. I got Miguel Cabrera, and he was awful good.
News, how about you? You
Yeah.
didn't get a vote in on the last one.
Scott Rowland is from Jasper, Indiana, which I don't like.
Why would you? Why would you?
Yeah, I mean, come on. Taking the other guy all day long.
All right, one of my favorite movies, The Other Guys. I can't run this anymore, Aaron. You
I'm going Cabrera. Dog.
Maggie.
Kev. Cormac, it doesn't matter. You want Cabrera or you want Scott Rowland?
Miggy.
All right, we got Miguel Cabrera moving
Miguel, moving on.
on. Here's a fun matchup. Eddie Murray, the 6 seed versus the 11 seed Joe Mauer. Kev,
Eddie Murray with the 6 seed, you said?
Yep,
I think
6.
I was pulling for Eddie Murray last week when you were setting this up, so I'm going Eddie Murray.
Yeah. All right. Cormac, what do you think here? Eddie Murray, longtime Oriole, played alongside
Eddie,
of Cal
drink
Ripken.
and be Murray.
All right, with the Boomer call, Chris Boomer call there. 2 Murrays. Scott, what do you think?
I like Mauer's story, hometown kid playing for the Twins his whole career, but I like Eddie Murray. Switch. I know if he still holds, I think he had all-time home runs for a switch hitter at one point. Might still have it, but I like Eddie.
All right, that's
I got
3.
Eddie. Or
You
if
got
I-
Eddie.
Eddie.
So do I. News, did you want to get in on this?
Eddie.
Okay, there we go. That was a sweep. The 3 seed Wade Boggs against the new entrant. We knocked out Anthony Rizzo, Pitter, sorry, and he's been replaced by Todd Helton, the 14 seed. So Wade Boggs, 3 seed, going up against the former quarterback and the Colorado Rocky first baseman Todd Helton. Does anybody want to vote for Todd Helton?
No.
No.
Okay, good. That's kind of why I took Rizzo out, because I didn't really want him to get swept out. I just figured let's just not have him in, and we can let Helton get swept out. So, again, the fix is in. I love getting to. I sent these on. I sent these on to the 3 baseball players on this panel, and they didn't really give a lot of feedback. So, I mean, I can't take all the credit for stacking the deck. Here's one, and this is one of the reasons why I kept moving McGuire down, Pitter. The 7 seed, who I forgot, but thankfully our good friend Brett alerted me to, I had not skewed young enough. The 7 seed Nolan Arenado versus the 10 seed Carlos Delgado. Well, those guys rhyme. I didn't even do that on purpose. That's awesome.
Congrats.
Who you got here? Brett?
Arenado is probably the second best player out there currently, both offensively and defensively. All day long, Arenado.
Yeah, he's stud.
Yep.
Yep.
Ain't no thing but chicken wing.
And to think, if Brett wouldn't have been on this panel, he might not even made the round of 64.
I've noticed that this tournament has been a little biased towards the older generation of players.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, just checking.
I
I just want to say, I just want to call it out there.
I don't
I
have
disagree.
What?
I don't have a lot of knowledge about the current state of the MLB except for the Cubs, which is why Javi made it. I know he probably wouldn't have made it in most people's bracket, but like I said, that guy's changing the game, and we've only seen a little bit of what he can do. So we're going into another Cormac's age bracket here. We got Ryan Sandberg, the 2 seed, versus Tony Fernandez, the 15 seed.
R.I.P.
Next.
All right. Do we want to start down here, or do you go all the way back to the top, Peter?
It's up to you, boss.
Let's stay down here so I don't have to scroll. We'll go the 2 seed, Ryan Sandberg. Now, this will be a great matchup. Ryan Sandberg versus Nolan Arenado.
Arenado couldn't have hit Bruce Sutter like Ryan Sandberg did. I vote Sandberg.
Ornato probably doesn't even know what Bruce Sutter is. Rexa, who you got in this matchup?
I don't care. Whoever, man. This is like way below the guys I normally rank.
He doesn't even know who Nolan Arenado is.
Yeah, I don't know who these guys are. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? All right. Who else we got?
I want to know about WAR. Who's got that better WAR?
We decided we're not using that today.
Yeah, we decided against it. It was a biased stat based on
Which is
longevity of your
unbelievable.
career.
That was a stat I was always kind of attracted to. This WAR stat.
Kev seems to have some strong feelings about the war. What?
Well, I do. How can you disregard it when it's the main stat in today's age?
That's right. How can you? I mean, WAR.
I'm going Arenado, by the way.
News. I want to hear news go. I know it.
I want to go Sandberg based on like nostalgia.
And the fact that he can hit a homer outside of 10,000 foot in elevation.
I honestly think
Dolman,
that
you just
Arenado-
said that Arenado was the second best player in baseball.
That's what I'm getting at.
Sandberg
Arenado,
Sandberg was
Mike
never the
Trout,
second
is the
best player in
in
baseball.
baseball today. He is awesome at offense. He's probably one of the better defensive players in all of baseball today. Screw
Thin
it.
air.
Arenado.
Thin air.
Air doesn't affect your defense. I'm going Arenado.
Sandberg was a Gold Glover as well, people.
Yeah.
Arenado's a better offensive player.
Dude, you know Ryan Sandberg's my favorite player, but Nolan Arenado is going to be one of the best if he continues on his pace the way he hits.
No
So I had to go.
loyalty.
I was going with him anyway.
So wait, that's
loyalty.
3. Who'd you have, Kev? Did you say?
Arenado.
McCormick, you talking to me?
Yes.
Picolotti's on his way over to your
We
house.
all lock the front
He's coming
door.
over.
McFadden, what'd you have?
You know it'd take me 2 hours to get there though. Half a mile, if that. I'd go right through the field.
What'd you say, Dog?
It's a tough one. I know, say if I'm playing fantasy baseball, knowing a lot of the current guys, Arenado's a stud, but I don't know. I like Rhino. I know Arenado's good on D, but I mean Rhino is, I think, better on D. Maybe just probably nostalgia and probably seen him more, but he also put up some pretty good stats, and that wasn't a live ball era like Arenado's hitting in. So I'm going Rhino.
Yeah.
It's 4-2 with an abstention from Rexa and Stuver on the phone, so we're calling that for Arenado.
Well, there's
Hey, I
Rexa.
don't abstain. I go
Yeah, you
Sandberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not abstaining. No
He
way.
ain't doing that. He ain't no way.
I'm here to vote.
He would never ever again if he ever did before.
It's 4-3. Are there any of the 7 of us?
Well, we
believe
know
that-
Stu. I just got a text from Stuart. He would have. I saw it with his eyes. He was Sandberg.
No. Does
He's on
any
He
the
of
looks in
phone
his
with
eyes.
Supermatricians right now.
Do any
I
of
saw
the
it in his
seven
eyes.
of
Look
us-
at that. Scratch your beard twice and rub your nose if you want Sandberg. There you go. Oh, there you go.
That was well done there, I will say.
Does anybody on this call think that the guy that hasn't voted for a single Cub yet and actually has said that he won't vote for them if they were the last person on the bracket have any thoughts that Stuver would actually vote for Sandberg in this?
It was Javi.
I do.
It wasn't
I
a
do.
Cub, it was Javi.
I know, but I'm telling you,
Yes.
Stuver,
I think his vote would count. Yeah.
Well,
Unless
come
you
Make
back.
the
tell me,
assumption.
unless
We'll
you
come
tell me
back.
some big time stats.
He's hitting
I mean, I
500,
know Ryan,
dude.
like
Like,
I
he
said,
understands
Sandberg I
his
love,
stuff.
but Ariato's really good.
I mean, Arenado's played.
I don't even know this Arenado guy. You guys keep talking about potential. I'm talking about delivery.
Yeah, career war. Let's hear career war.
No, I told you we're not using career war. You have to use
Look
I'll
your
check
average
it out
anyway.
for
I
you.
want to know.
highest in a single season. So
All
you
right,
got
what's Arenado's top three and Sandberg's top three?
Wars.
I guarantee Arenado's
6'7".
better in both.
Yeah, 6'7", 6'6", 6'3". Sounds like the starting backcourt for the Bulls back in championship days. Let's go with Sandberg. Sandberg is 8'6", 7'8", 7'1".
Rhino moves
Wow.
ahead.
Well, what do you go?
Welcome to
Wait,
Sweet
Dave.
16, Rhino.
Yeah.
So we got an MVP, 10-time All-Star, 9-time Gold Glove, 7-time Silver Slugger versus for a career versus 5 years versus 7 years being a 7-time Gold Glover. So Gold Glover every single year, 5 All-Star games, 4 Silver Sluggers. So almost the same amount of Silver Sluggers and Gold Gloves.
And Sandberg grew up in an era when everybody didn't get a trophy.
And
Come on. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still say we're coming back
Who
to it.
was,
Get off Rex's lawn.
yeah. Hey, where's Kevin? What's Kevin?
Nolan,
Is
and
Kevin
whether
a
it's with the
Sandberg guy?
Rockies or
What's his
not,
guy?
his last 5 years, 42 homers, 130 RBIs, 41 homers, 133 RBIs, 37 homers, 130, 38 homers, 110, 41 homers, 118.
He hits 15 homers if he plays at Wrigley.
Wrong.
Rhino had like 18 or 19 triples in 1 year.
Yeah.
Triples.
All right, Sandberg's got him in triples.
That's clutch.
And he's got him in war.
Hey, by the way, here's Arenado's. Actually, no, his batting average isn't as great as what I thought it was. But all right, we may have to come back to that. Like I said, but I mean, the only thing we'll be coming back to is
Let's get
Stuver
Matt
votes-
Stuver. Let's get Matt Stuver or Chase.
Well, that's the thing.
Scratch.
If Stuvie votes Sandberg, we're going to have to get somebody else. So,
No, I'm just saying let's get one of those guys in. I mean, let's get
well,
let's
what's
get a
with
rocket.
your brother? Your brother hasn't joined any of these, and he's been sent every single Zoom invite.
You tell me.
We can
I'm
wait
not-
for Stuber. We got to go up and come back down the bracket
Yeah,
anyway.
next one.
That's what
All
I'm
right.
saying. So we've got Wade Boggs versus Eddie Murray. Another right in your wheelhouse there, Cormix. Wade Boggs versus Eddie Murray.
What was Murray's seed? Or what were these both?
6'11"?
Three seed versus a 6. So Wade Boggs is a 3. Eddie Murray is a 6.
Wade Boggs. I'd rather have his rookie card.
Eddie, eat, drink, and be Murray.
All right.
I got Murray.
Wade Boggs drank 100 beers on a cross-country flight. Wade Boggs.
There you go, Norman.
And eats chicken all the time. Chicken dinner.
Man, yeah.
Chicken man.
Stuver, we're on Wade Boggs versus Eddie Murray.
It's not even close. I mean, come on.
Kevin,
Wade Boggs.
Oh,
Pick, did you vote?
Yeah, Eddie.
Oh, you were over here. What'd you say, dog?
I'm going Boggs.
That's 4.
that's
Stuver,
one of
you in
your
on this one?
all-time favorites, isn't it, McFadden?
It is. I think I still got the old starting lineup figure that had both Wade Boggs and Donnie Baseball on it.
Nice.
Nice. I'll go Boggs here, so that ends it. Okay. Miguel Cabrera versus Gary Carter. A 5 versus a 4.
Ooh.
I'm going Gary Carter. Deference to his age.
I'm gonna go Gary Carter as well. Just plays a demanding position and played it 2,000 games or whatever it was.
I'm glad
And I
catchers
like
are
his
getting
hair.
respect.
Kev, what do you got?
I got Cabrera. There's a time when that guy might have been the most feared hitter in the league when he came up.
I agree with you there.
That's a good, yeah, a
And
lot of
longer
years.
than that, Kev. There was a
Lot of years.
solid 8-9 years where he was the best hitter in baseball.
Okay.
Really?
I didn't realize that, but I know, 3 or 4 years for sure.
No, but I heard you say that about 5 guys last week.
I was going to say, I didn't know he was that. I didn't know he was that same thing
How many-
because he played
how
in the
many
same
of the
exact
best hitters
time
can there
frame
be?
of
Miggy's
Pujols.
prime came before
So-
Arenado's prime, so yeah.
So who was it? Was it Pujols or Miguel Cabrera? Because last week you told us Pujols was the most feared and Frank Thomas. And
Well,
now
he was.
it's-
They were
all
in
played
different
at the same
leagues.
time.
I never said anything about Frank Thomas. Pujols came before, what 3 did I say? Pujols, Miggy, and who else? Arenado. You're talking about 3 different primes. Pujols from like the late 90s into the early aughts. Miggy from the early aughts to the late aughts, and Arenado from there on out. Look it up.
Good point.
I
You
feel
will have
that
Google.
I feel Pujols and Cabrera played more together, but let me look here. Let me just double check it. Pujols started in 2001 and was hitting 47 home runs and like by year 3, 43. So 2000 through 2010, like it was Pujols. So what's Cabrera?
Well, he was with Marlins.
Had
He
very
was a
similar
rookie.
numbers to Pujols.
Yeah, it was 03 in the Marlins. I think
So
wasn't he?
look at, I mean, okay, you're right. So yes. So his started, the time that he became most feared, like 2009, 324, then 328, 344, 330, 348. So yes, they.
And that
they
was with
just like 2
Detroit,
years.
wasn't it?
I'm
With
going
Detroit.
Miggy with it.
Florida and then into Detroit. So tell me I'm correct. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, no, yeah, you are, Brett. You
Yeah,
definitely.
thank you. That's what I wanted.
You nailed it. What are we voting on, by the way? I forgot.
How many
Cabrera versus Carter. So we got two Carter.
how many World Series wins do they have?
Miggy's got 2.
Did Carter win that one, or did he just go to one?
Well, he was on the 86 Mets, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't count that one though.
Why?
So what are we? So we're at 2-2.
I think
Kev,
so, yes.
Who'd you vote for, Kev?
Cabrera.
So wait, Kev, News. Did you vote? No, you voted Carter.
I haven't voted yet.
Dog.
Yeah, but I went Carter.
You and Cormix. Okay, Kevin, News. Rex and Pick haven't voted.
Yeah,
I'll go
voted.
Carter.
I'm Miggy.
I'll go
I'm Miggy
Carter.
all the way.
That's a 3-3.
Oh,
I'm gonna. I mean, as much as I love my baseball card collection, I'm gonna go with Cabrera. I think, like you guys said, Carter was never the most feared hitter ever. He was awesome. He
Yeah.
had some great baseball cards. He had way better baseball cards.
You couldn't throw him anything. He
And
hit everything.
Stuver will for surely vote Cabrera on this one. I don't even need to wait for that. So, okay, we put Canerco forward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the 1-9 seed. This is Canerco versus Cal Ripken Jr. Anybody besides Stuver going to vote for Canerco?
Cal.
No.
Brett might because of his Jeter love. Brett,
Cal.
you okay here? Okay. I'll go up then to George Brett versus, did Sweet Lou make it through?
No, Sweet Lou, I think.
Who is he versing?
Posey.
I
Yeah,
thought Posey.
Buster.
I think Buster went.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
So George Brett versus Buster Posey. Anybody
George
want
Brett.
Anybody want Buster Posey?
No, Brett.
No.
Fantastic.
I didn't want him the first time.
Neither did I. Barry Larkin versus Robinson Cano.
Ooh, this one's an interesting
That's
one.
a good one.
I'm
Kev, I
going
want to hear
Barry
Kev
Larkin.
lead this one off.
I take Larkin.
You're not Kev.
I'm going Larkin.
Larkin.
I got Larkin.
I got Larkin. That's 5.
Yeah, I got Larkin.
6. All right. We are now on to Benito Santiago versus Robin Yount. Just kidding.
No, I was just saying.
Craig Biggio versus Robin Yount.
Craig Biggio and Robin Yount.
Another interesting one, I think.
Yount.
Johnny Brewer. Or what's that guy's name? The guy that comes down the slide?
Bernie.
Isn't it Bernie?
Bernie.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, okay.
And Rexa sometimes participates in the sausage races.
This is really tough. They're both Hall of Fame players.
Yeah.
Stout, look at the stats.
Okay. Okay, Yount. So we're going at WAR. He had a 10.5.
What?
He had a 10.5, a 7.1.
Oh. Is it going up there?
Oh, I thought that was somebody asking a question. I can't see my screen. And then who am I going against? Yount versus who?
Biggio.
Oh, yeah,
Biggio.
Biggio. 9.4 and never had anything in the 7. So I guess WAR maybe could go to Yount. We've got Biggio with a 7-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glove, 5-time Silver Slugger. We got Yount with 2 MVPs, 3 All-Stars only, 3 Silver Sluggers, only 1 Gold Glove. But the 2 MVPs is kind of impressive.
I think one was shortstop and one was center.
Let me look. 1982 and 19. Here's the crazy thing: 1982 and 1989 are his 2 All-Stars.
Or MVPs.
His 2 MVPs.
That's longevity. I go Yount.
We know.
Plus, he had to beat out Ripken for All-Star.
82, 154 games at shortstop, and 89, 144 games in center field. So technically, this is the infield bracket. So he only has 1.
Yeah, but you can't hold that against him that he was a multi-dimensional player.
No, I'm not saying you can. I'm just giving some facts, Brian.
He's actually trying to, yes.
I just
The scales in the favor of the younger player. I
Hey.
see how it works.
And it's 2 guys who played their whole career at the same team. Pretty cool.
Brett was just asking for some statistics, and so I was just trying to give him some ammo. That's all.
This is a tough one, but this guy, I'm going to go. Who made a big difference on the team? I'm going Yount.
Yeah.
Piccolotti. There you go. That's why you're the host.
Thank you, Rexa.
What did you have, Dog?
I haven't voted. I'm going to go Yount, though.
There you go, McFadden.
I like that guy.
What'd
You're
you have,
invited
Kev?
back next week.
Yeah.
I was going Yount. News, were you going to be the only dissenter?
Yount.
All right, this is a clean sweep. We said it was a tough one. It really wasn't that tough. It was a clean sweep. Molitor versus Javi Baez.
Molitor.
I think
Molitor.
Roberto won it. Roberto Alomar won, so sorry. It's Roberto Alomar versus Paul Molitor.
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 We know who Kev's voting for. Right, Kev?
My computer cut out there. I'm going Molitor.
Yeah, Molitor versus Alomar.
Molitor for me.
We can't necessarily take the spitting incident. If we're taking away PEDs, we got to take away one bad thing that these people have done.
Well, apparently Kev's not.
So,
you have
I got to go because of that. I am going. No, actually, I'm going Alomar no matter what.
Yeah,
I'm going Roberto Alomar over Paul Molitor.
What did you have?
What?
It's just Roberto Alomar. Chris, probably the best defensive second baseman of all time. What are you talking about? What?
Paul Molitor, dude.
News.
That's all
What
I
did
gotta
you have?
say. I dropped the mic. I mean,
Molitor.
It's like an oxymoron. That's like saying
Wow.
gumbo shrimp.
That's a
Second base is not a position where you have to be able to play defense.
that's an upset.
What?
With news picking Molitor. I'm kind of shocked. Dog, did you have Molitor?
don't dig around.
This is a good matchup. I was never a huge Alomar fan, but if you're just looking baseball, you're just looking baseball. Alomar is tough. He's like the defense.
Well, what else are we going to talk
good
about?
offensive stat. What's that?
What are you talking about? Like, we're just talking baseball. Why are you becoming an Alomar fan if you never were before?
I don't have to be a fan of the player. We're saying a baseball player. Who are you gonna have on a team?
You're looking into. I can see your eyes. You're looking through some stat deal that's trying to justify.
Actually, you picked guys who you thought would be a better street fighter in his baseball tournament multiple times.
Right.
Just talk to Dahlman. Molitor was like the best hitter ever.
He was most feared.
I think I proved my point.
I'm gonna go Alomar.
So we got a 4-3. If Stuver votes Alomar, it's another 4-4.
Yeah, but he's still on with the sabermetricians. I don't think.
Let me see here, Stu. Like, rub your lip. If you scratch your head, there we go. That's a vote for Molitor.
That's
All right.
Molitor.
We can only go with what's on the call at the time of the vote. So we'll move Molitor on, the upset over the 1 seed, Robbie Alomar, and then we're going to come back. And Chris, I'd love to hear how you're going to vote on this one because we are now at the new matchup of Paul Molitor versus Robin Yount. Chris, let's start with
Molitor because he's like in my neighborhood. Molitor. I don't want to get beat down.
He is, Riggs?
Somewhere here in Edina, I don't know. I think he just showed his house was for sale. I think he anticipated losing and couldn't show his face around here anymore.
Oh, I just looked up at the clock. The shot clock is about to expire. We are going to have to pick this one up. So think about who you would like during the 7 minutes while Ryan figures out how to send another invite. And we'll pick this up in about 7 minutes from now on Paul Molitor versus Robin Yount. It's been a gym teacher's dreamcast. Putting you on hold.
Gym Teacher Dream podcast.